Hank Green, no relation to CeeLo Green, no relation to the colour green, no relation to John Malkovich. Yeah, in other truths, YouTube system for shadow banning low quality AI content has mistakenly targeted creator Kurzgesagt. Right, I'll stop you there. You need a better name, Sunshine. Alright, I don't know what that means. It's probably some foreign gobbledygook. You need a name in proper language. It flagged their human-made animation as, quote, AI slop, resulting in the channel's worst performing uploads since 2013. They've got nothing on my... They've got nothing on my uploads, mate. I can assure you of that. I'm quite shocked by this, I'll be honest, because for the longest time, we were all told that YouTube doesn't shadow ban people. You're delusional, you're schizophrenic, you're like these mentalists who wrap themselves in tinfoil and make these bizarre vloglets about being gang stalked by the local postman. No, apparently they're going mask off now. Apparently, I don't know what evidence they have to corroborate this, but apparently, if this is to be believed, YouTube are, in fact, shadow banning creators they deem, quote, AI slop. And I'm gonna have a little bit of a controversial take on this. I believe if your content can very easily be automated by a machine, you fall under the category of slop, right? This geezer makes videos that, I mean, they practically are machine, right? It's crap. It's not quite AI. Humans are involved. But I feel that's even more insulting because these videos lack any soul or depth to them. There's no soul to be found, right? These are very surface level, superficial videos. I remember they used to come up in my feed about a decade ago now. And they aren't real, you know. They are the antithesis of this channel. A geezer speaking into his phone about asinine crap with no real filter or regard for who's watching. No one's watching. Right, I say it how it is, and I is what I say, yeah? Get a little bit Ali G with it in the house. I say what I is, yeah? Do you feel me? What's up? And various other 2000s cultural moments there. I do believe if your content can be automated by robots, you deserve to be replaced by machines. You deserve to be replaced by an MLN. Or what is it? MLL? LLL. So they go mask off about, you know, shadow realming channels they deem undesirable, much like India's caste system. I am of the untouchables here. And, you know, I called it out many moons ago. They're trying to shut me down because I'm the last honest man on this wretched website. I'm telling the truth, and they can't let the truth get out about Jared Fogle, about the Titanic, about really the state of the world, frankly. Yeah? The truth is a weapon, and I'm the biggest fucking weapon there is. So, I'm a weapon grade threat to the fucking handlers of YouTube.com. Yeah, I'm frankly astounded they are being so honest about it now. Because I didn't want to be one of these whiny little hemorrhoids. Oh, my video got 12 views. I'm being shadow blocked. No, in reality, I made a video people didn't want to watch. I'm an adult. I'm a big boy. I can handle that. I can take that on the chin. I made a video people don't want to watch. I've been making a lot of those, if you couldn't tell. And, you know, for the longest time I did. I blamed myself, being very much the beacon of humility. Turns out, no, I should have been blaming the fucking robot. I should have been blaming the fucking machine. It's the machine that's keeping the man down, man. I is what I is, and I say what I is, and I is what I say. Do you feel me? Do you feel me, dear viewer? So, yeah, this geezer can get fucked for all I care. He makes, I mean, soulless content, really. And I hope the AI does come to displace him. Although, I do thank him for being a case study in making my fucking point, because this platform is stopping at nothing. Sure, you know, I view this geezer as collateral. Kurzgesagt, whatever that is, if that's his real name, he was collateral in hurting me. And I've got one thing to say at youtube.com. Leave him out of it. Yeah, your fight's with me. Last honest man on the internet. I'm big enough. I'm bad enough to take you. Yeah, big up the 86 massive. 86 and counting. We don't know which direction it's counting, but it is counting. Come on, 85. We can get back down to 85 subscribers. Just you fucking watch. After this video goes live, we will be back down to 85. And then 84, and then back to the sweet, sweet embrace of 83 subscribers, which is exactly where I was, I believe, in May. So, great. Negative growth is still growth, and I won't have a fucking word against it. What do you think about this, dear viewer? YouTube.com is going mask off now. They do, in fact, shadow ban channels they deem AI slop. This is not the only instance where a quote-unquote human being, end quote, has been caught in the crossfire. I do think this is a very decent example of a channel being so fucking devoid of humanity. It may as well have been made by a robot, but nonetheless, humans allegedly were involved in the creation of these very heavy on the wankery videos. So, you know, I can say confidently, a robot is never going to replace me. Yeah? Alright, a robot could never be this incoherent. Because I'm a little bit jazzed with it. Yeah, I'm a little bit Herbie Hancock, if that's a real person. I'm a little bit Duke Ellington with this whole YouTube language communicating in English game. You know, I go a little bit to the left, I go a little bit to the right. What's he doing now? Oh my God, he's weaving some sort of metaphor. Oh, now he's calling me a paedophile. Oh, now he's just making noises at me. No one else does that. You know, it borders on incoherent, but at the same time, you've never been more understood in your life. Yeah? In other truths, Roku unleashes 24/7 AI slop channel. This really is the future they want for us. They want us to be the floaty pod people in Wall-E. And the scary thing is, dear viewer, most of you fuck muppets will sign up for it. Most of you fuck muppets want that big red button with dopamine written on it. Yeah, most of the fucking lettering has been worn away from the constant fucking use. More dopamine. Bling, 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 bling. Like a bloody gerbil with crack cocaine. That's you, that is. So, again, I'm conflicted here, because while should... Sorry, I just saw that. Roku shitty. That sounds like some sort of South Park caricature of an Asian, doesn't it? Oh, Roku shitty. No? Alright, okay, that went down like a lead balloon. I'm conflicted, because on one hand, sure, should Roku be doing a 24/7 AI slop channel? No, I am not in favour of that. But at the same time, are you really going to sit there and say to my screen that the same fucking troglodytes, really, these people have more in common with a gastropod than they do me, that gobbled up 30 fucking seasons of The Big Bang Theory, those fucking creatures aren't going to say, yes, please, I want seconds to a Roku 24/7 AI slop channel on demand. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced whatsoever that they won't absolutely be the floaty fucking pod people in Wall-E. The floaty fat fod people with the dopamine button, just pressing it away, getting dopamine on tap. Because we've been conditioned. We've been bred like fucking cattle to be view piglets. And the sheer amount of passive consumption the average user on this platform, or God forbid TikTok, it's staggering. You have been groomed to be pliable to this kind of shit. Roku has launched a 24/7 AI slop channel featuring nothing but AI generated content. The only time it stops is to play AI generated ads for more AI content, I imagine. Brilliant. This is the world now. And like I said in the previous video, I'm not even really angry at Roku. Roku shitty. Yeah? Oh, Roku shitty. I have no idea how Frank Landymeyer, or whatever his name was, Frank Ladywood, got away with that. Right, is he Asian? No, I'm sorry, we're doing some fucking surface research on that. Roku City, Landymore, I think was his name. Frank Landymore Archives. That's a weird name. Education, Virginia Military Institute. That's interesting. East Asian Cinema. He is Asian, but he's not like a proper Asian. He's like an Indian Asian. So I don't think you're allowed to do that, mate. I don't think you're allowed to do the Roku shitty. Right? I'm allowed to do it, but in a woke way. I'm doing it in disgust. Right? I'm wagging my finger while I do it, so it's fine. That's why I'm not allowed a parrot, by the way. I'm letting you in to some darkly kept secrets. I'm not allowed legally to own a parrot because once my pastime as a teenager was to go into the local pet shop and whisper in the ear of parrots racial slurs, and then they'd start saying them, and I'd get to wag my finger and lecture how that's not okay. That's not okay, Polly. There's a joke in there about crackers somehow. I don't know. But no, I taught this parrot. I think it was an African grey parrot, right? And they're fucking dangerously intelligent. They live for 80 years, right? And I started, because I knew the people that ran the pet shop. I started teaching the African grey parrot some of the most abysmal fucking words. And then, and then a little old lady, she'd pop in, she'd get called a jigaboo, and it was just, to be young again, dear viewer. Before I was this grizzled, jaded, miserable curmudgeon, I was fun. Yeah, I was a carefree girl in a carefree world, and look at me now. A husk, a rune. But, yeah, what do you think about this? Roku Shitty is now launching a 24/7 AI slop channel. I'm really pessimistic. I'm really jaded, frankly. I would not be surprised if this did gangbusters. Again, the same subspecies that gobble up the newest Netflix. In other troves, YouTube announced their new slogan. YouTube, don't bother. They were actually workshopping. YouTube, kill yourself. But felt it was a bit on the nose. Yeah, YouTube have upped their requirements for monetization. I always hate that word. It feels like my tongue's going over a speed bump at 40 miles an hour. Monetization. Hang on, let me get my teeth in. Monetization. Monetization. This is why I've only got 82 subscribers or whatever it is now. Yeah, they've made it even more unobtainable for most people on this platform. I'm in a very interesting predicament because, let's face it, dear viewer, there's not a snowball's hope in hell I'm ever getting monetized. They could halve the requirement from what it was before and I'd still never be getting monetized, all right? Not just because YouTube is working around the clock to shut me specifically, down, but also the content I cover, the topics I talk about, the way I talk about them. I don't think me teaching parrots racial epithets is ad-friendly per se. Of course, I've gone on the rant many times that the advertisements on this dreadful platform aren't ad-suitable. Yeah, that's fine. Meanwhile, you're having to dance with bells on your feet using these ridiculous euphemisms for words like suicide and rape. just for that green dollar symbol. Please, please, I'll do anything. Don't give me the yellow dollar symbol. Please. Oh, I'll flagellate myself again. I'll make sure I can never make eye contact with my significant other. Please, please, I'll do anything. Please, I'll wear the little cock cage. Please. You know, the humiliation rituals. Creators on this platform have to partake in fucking struggle sessions just to remain monetized. So, in a way, there is a freedom to not having to worry about that. I can speak freely, I can tell the truth. I don't have to use ridiculous euphemisms or code words or whatever else. I don't have to toss and turn, worried sick, oh my God. You know, is the money funnel going to turn off? Because, my wonderful view piglet, the money funnel ran dry a very long time ago. If you would like to send me money, though, just in this tipsy-topsy hypothetical scenario, in a world very different to the one we currently live in, just imagine, right? Just close your eyes, please, for me, just this once. Imagine a world where you would give me your money. A few Thin Lizzies in a big brown envelope. Really? Remember the stamp. The stamp's important. One Elizabeth on the outside, or I suppose it's King Chuck now. One King Charles on the outside. And about 7 to 10 on the in. Yeah, and just pop it in the letterbox, really. Just pop it in the letterbox. If you're outside of the UK, the U of K, carrier pigeon, maybe. I'm sure there's carrier pigeon services that go transatlantic. Yeah, knowing what technology's capable of these days. So if you would like to send me money, just a few dead presidents, a few, I don't know, fictional buildings they have on the euro. Thank God we dodged that bullet, really. Jesus, imagine that. Imagine you have the currency of Europe and you don't even have real shit on it. Like, now, I'm one of the loudest critics of the mainland. I think they're a bunch of uptight little yellow-bellied chicken shit, yellow-belly bastard, coward. Europe's done stuff. You could have, I don't know, De Gaulle. De Gaulle could be on a fiver. Kaiser Wilhelm, he could be on the £10 note. What was his name? Wilbur Albrecht? Hang on. Walter Albrecht? Walter Albrecht. He's made for money, mate. He's made for money. Get him on some coinage. Instead, no. Speaking of humiliation rituals, the European Union. Yeah, getting a little bit political there. No, Europe has a proud culture. None as proud as ours, of course. I mean, we've given more to the world than the entire mainland combined. But that aside, they've done stuff. You could have the Berlin Wall on the flip side. Instead, no. They've got fictional bridges and fictional towers and fictional landmarks. Because it's not a real country. I'm sorry. The EU is not real. The United States of Europe. Go fuck yourself. I like sovereignty, thank you very much. Stagnant economy, but I do come at this from a unique perspective because I'm never getting monetised, mate. So, on one hand, it's heartwarming that other people aren't allowed the thing I'm not getting. Because I am a little bit of a malignant narcissist. I think if I can't have the good thing, why on God's golly green gawk should anyone else be allowed to have the good thing? So, in one regard, I'm really happy that other people will be robbed of happiness. But at the same time, I do feel this is the little guy getting squished and stomped on once again. And I'm not in favour of that, contrary to all of the elitist things I've said, am saying, and will go on to say. I'm actually a little bit of an everyman. I'm actually sort of a little bit of a, working class hero. And I root for the little guy. If you ignore a majority of the things I've said on this channel, I do. I've got a really good fucking track record of rooting for the little guy. So, comment below. Yeah? Oh, is this affecting your channel? Comment below. Yeah? And let me on your channel. Maybe. So, alright. In other truths, call me insane, but I think the commodification and theatrification of paedophilia is really bad. Like, this guy is an actual sexual predator, register evader. Why is this being treated like some sideshow at the circus? Yeah, I completely agree. It's everything's content now. I mentioned this on the previous video. I've mentioned this throughout this channel. Everything is content now. And the funny thing is, when I started the first channel, I was going to do a bit of a side series. I never got round to doing it for a reason I will go on to explain. It was going to be called something to the effect of Rate My Paedophile. And it was basically a satirical jab at this very phenomenon. How everything's content. It was going to be Watch Mojo style rankings of notorious sex criminals, right? Top 10 worst child rapists. And it would have like air horns and spinning text. And it would be really, it would just be like really gross satire. I, in a shocking twist, even I didn't see coming, thought maybe that is a bit tasteless. And I'm not known to be tasteless, dear viewer. So I decided against it, right? I decided against doing ironic rankings of paedophiles. In at number 7, a problematic fave. It's Gary Glitter. Right, it would be fucking insane. Now, however, people are doing it unironically. People are doing content out of child rape unironically. I don't get it. Child molesters are content now. It really is. It's like, how do you satirise a world so fucking ridiculous? Genuinely. Because I was going to do it as a joke. The joke is, oh my god, this is insane. How can you rank paedophiles? Now they're doing it unironically. Oh, I can't. I can't. In other troves, YouTube, speaking of the platform I'm currently on, much to my chagrin, they've rolled out a in-studio thumbnail generator. You can now, and it's not available on mobile yet, but it is available on desktops, you can create thumbnails within YouTube's video editor, right? So you can do it in-house now. And I, very much being the adventurer I am, very much the Christopher Columbus of this platform, I thought, yeah, let's venture out. Let's see what's here. Because I think this is a really decent idea. People rag on YouTube for usually ushering in features that are largely anti-creator, as we've touched on in this video, and largely detrimental to ease of use on the platform, right? But I think a handy, quick, easy to use AI thumbnail generator is that's Jeffrey Epstein.